practicing medicine at 84, Dr. Andy Hall receives the American Medical Association's Gold Medal for outstanding service. In Washington, Doctors Walter Stevenson and Ernest Irons congratulate the Doctor of the Year, who started serving the people of Mount Vernon, Illinois, 60 years ago. General Li Tsung-Chen, acting president of Nationalist China, arrives in New York with his family. The general, here for medical treatment, hopes to fly home soon to continue the apparently hopeless fight against China's Reds. Soviet Foreign Minister Andrei Vishinsky sails for home aboard the United States liner America. Though sticking to charges that the West is warmongering against Russia, he leaves with a holiday message.
I wish the American people a happy new year.
To which the world adds a fervent amen. The House Un-American Activities Committee hears RACEY Jordan, a wartime major stationed in Montana as a liaison officer to the Russians, charged that he saw the Russians fly out uranium and secret papers supposedly involving the atom bomb. Jordan said one note indicated Harry Hopkins had gotten the papers away from General Groves. General Groves himself follows Jordan to the stand. The man who was in charge of the Manhattan Project during the war denies that Hopkins ever entered atomic matters so far as he or his staff was concerned, and adds that Henry Wallace, whose name was also mentioned, divorced himself from the project. But the general urges that the investigation be continued.
From Marshal Tito's Yugoslavia, where today flags of the West are flying, Warner Pathe News cameras record first films inside Yugoslavia. 6 years ago, Tito, then a Moscow-trained guerrilla leader, established his regime. Today, guerrillas no longer. The army he led against Nazi occupation prepares for defense against Soviet occupation. It was Tito's insistence that Yugoslavia be governed not from Moscow, but from his capital on the Danube River, Belgrade, that led to the break with Stalin, bringing vast changes to Yugoslavia. Its great transportation shortage remains, but the Stalin portraits are gone from public buildings. Today, Belgrade residents line up for hours to see American movies where so recently only Soviet propaganda films played. From its embassy in Belgrade, the State Department follows eagerly the progress of Tito's about-face toward the West. Married to the daughter of a Yugoslavian immigrant to America, our chargé d'affaires, Robert Ream, Center, keeps in close touch with the Yugoslav people. Today, these people want dollars. Half the great Bor copper mine's output now goes to America to buy for defense against Russia, which only this month ordered an all-out campaign to get Tito. Helped by their rugged mountains and seacoast and hope for U.S. aid, Yugoslavia is confident it can withstand attack. And America, while mindful that Tito is still a communist and a dictator, moves cautiously to help him. For if Tito and Stalin continue at swords points, the possibility of communist world domination becomes that much less likely.
Here's headline news from the North Pole, New York. In the middle of snow-covered Santa Claus Village, Old St. Nick's workshop is a beehive of activity. Inside, an army of elves puts the finishing touches on more toys than you ever dreamed of, under the supervision of Santa himself. Watch closely. The doll or game you asked for may be among those going into the pack. There's a long journey ahead with millions of stops, so Santa must be off. He's been making this trip for years and years, and he recognizes every chimney top on the way. Those faithful reindeer know the route as well as Santa. Just one more thing to do. Santa must keep the North Pole clear of snow. Now, go Dunder, go Blitzen. A word to the wise should be sufficient. Get ready, kids. You better mind Mom and Dad. Santa Claus is coming. Hercules was okay in his day, but he was just a pantywaist compared to the 6 Bear Jean boys of Canada, the strongest brother act in the world. Jean's got muscles he hasn't even used yet. Now the Bear Jeans, sons of a barn mover, form a human pyramid that makes over 1,000 pounds on top. And look who's on the bottom supporting the family. It's John. Adrienne's specialty is lifting a platform holding 14 men. The total weight is over 3,500 pounds, just enough to keep Adrienne from getting flabby. Ex-champ Max Baer congratulates the brothers. Ouch! In New York, the Heisman Trophy for the Player of the Year is presented to Notre Dame's giant All-America end, Leon Hart of Turtle Creek, Pennsylvania. Leon, who won by 700 votes, is the second lineman to capture football's highest honor. At Los Angeles, the Rams meet the Chicago Cardinals in the greatest thriller of the pro season. The educated arm of Bob Waterfield whips the pigskin to Bob Shaw on a play that covers 71 yards and chalks up a Los Angeles TD. Jim Hardy of the Cards, Waterfield's old college rival, tries to answer back through the air, but Georgie Sims intercepts. Watch Georgie slip away from an enemy player. The Rams are out to cinch the Western Division Championship, and they seem well on their way. Bob Waterfield sneaks the ball across, and the rampaging Rams lead 17-3. The Cards punt in the gathering dusk, but the ball sails down to Los Angeles' V.T. Smith. The game is little more than half over, but it seems to be on ice as V.T. runs 51 yards to score. The Rams are ahead 24-3. Now the Cards begin an amazing comeback. Paul CHRISTMAN flings a pass to Mal Kuttner. Mal does a balancing act on the sideline that would put a tightrope walker to shame. The Chicagoans score and are on their way. Here comes one of the longest passes of the season. The Cards snatch victory from defeat in the last second of play to win 31-27.